What up, everyone? Ashes of Creation, yay or nay? Is the hype real? What's up, everyone? Madness here, and here we go again. Ashes of Creation. By now, you've had to have heard about it either from Kickstarter 3 years ago, from Lazy Peon, Summit 1G, Tim the Tapman, Asmongold, and a ton of other people. The hype train has left the station and is powering down the tracks at full speed. But I gotta be honest, like most MMO players, I too have that hole in my heart that has been repeatedly stabbed by countless new MMOs that claimed they were going to right all the wrongs. And man, does it hurt. Like a lot of you, I've been playing MMOs for a long time now. I've played a ton of WoW back in the vanilla, Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Lich King days. This is a video I put out back in mid-2009 of me trying to explain how to raid Orgrimmar and kill Thrall. Yeah, I know the quality's horrible, but I mean, this was like 11 years ago and I had no clue what I was doing. Here's another video of me killing the Horde Warbringer in Dalaran. And yeah, that's the time lost proto-drake that I spent way too much time hunting down. Let's just say I was all in back then. Since then, I've played a few other MMOs like The Old Republic and Elder Scrolls Online, but again, it just didn't feel right. So, in 2010, I took a break from World of Warcraft and earned my computer science degree. I got married, had a beautiful daughter, and settled down. Funny what quitting World of Warcraft can do for a person, but I digress. Around 2017, I heard about this Kickstarter campaign that was creating waves with a new MMO idea. I read a few stories about it and looked at what they claimed they wanted to do, and I just laughed. Not gonna happen. Just like so many others have claimed they were going to do and didn't. This was just the same, and I didn't think twice about it. So fast forward to early 2019. Family life had settled in and I got the MMO itch. You know that itch. My brain started to say things like, dude, you have a family, a wife, a daughter, a career. You are never going back to World of Warcraft. So I did what every other person in my shoes would do. I called up Blizzard support, had my accounts pulled out of the frozen archives, and I was back in Azeroth, baby. But sadly, after about a month of casually playing, it just wasn't the same for me. It was just too watered down from what I remembered. I mean, mobs' levels were changing with me wherever I went. What the hell? What happened to pushing mobs with levels way above mine? And Hogger, I mean, come on. A Hogger instance? Really? But then, holy crap. 2 words. WoW Classic. Dude, I was all in again. Well, at least all into the all-night queues, that is. Nothing like logging on at 3 p.m. and finally getting into the world at 11 p.m., right? I ended up leveling 3 characters to 60 and doing some raiding, but you know what? It just didn't have that same feeling. Sure, it was better than retail in my opinion, because you could actually die fighting mobs. Everything could kill you. Hogger was back chilling in Elwyn Forest with his squad. This was great. But it just wasn't the same, you know? I've already done all this and nothing was new. In the end, I closed up shop on that too. I went back to my FPS roots and started playing PlanetSide 2 and Call of Duty. Once again, my MMO dreams were crushed. But one day, I'm watching Tim the Tapman on Twitch, and he starts talking about this new MMO called Ashes of Creation. I knew it sounded familiar, but wait, that couldn't be... Was it that? Is that the same Kickstarter from years ago? But with actual gameplay? I immediately started researching and found the videos from Shroud, Summit, Asmongold, and holy crap, they're actually doing it. Intrepid Studios has the money and the talent to make this actually happen.
You know, when you're building something like this game that is answering, I think, the call of what many gamers have had. Yeah. Like, it's okay to be skeptical. It is okay to say, oh, you know, these systems are going to be trash or whatever. You know, the whole point of testing is to test these systems.
Right.
The whole point of interaction with the community is to get feedback and understand the desires of the player and make sure we're on the right course. So participating, watching the testing, giving feedback, that's what's important. We're going to make this game.
Yeah.
This game is going to be, I can't wait to lose my life in it too.
I was talking to my wife a little about it last night. I was like, honey, this could very well potentially ruin my career and like my marriage, if I really don't, if I just sit there and chat goes, oh, Tim's still playing, he's still playing Ashes of Creation. It's been 4 years, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, I thank you for coming on. I think I speak for a lot of the community when we say we're excited and I think everyone's really excited, and I think everyone's skeptical because there's been like excitement in the past, right? And people have been like, oh, let down. I
told Asmongold, like, as an MMO gamer, and many of the other MMO players feel this way, we're like beat dogs.
Now, I want to make a note that the footage that you're seeing is pre-alpha footage. It will only get better from here. Ashes of Creation seems like it will be the premier MMO to come out this decade. Heck, maybe even in the past 2 decades. Let's go over a quick list of things that they're aiming to include. First, the fact that the world reacts to the player's choices. The world will build itself based on where the players are questing and grinding. That's a pretty cool concept. The node system that they're creating will ultimately make every server unique across the entire game, with towns and cities popping up in the most common play areas.
Within this specific zone of influence. As players participate in more activities, this node will collect enough experience to advance to the next stage of development. All the activity in this area has brought...
Also, player housing, something that WoW wanted to include but never did. Player housing will be in multiple areas, including a small number in the cities, some apartments that are like instances, and world homesteads called freeholds. Freeholds can literally be placed just about anywhere in the world. There are a few exceptions though, like, obviously mountain cliffs and like in dungeons, but for the most part, it's literally anywhere. It will also include a top-notch market and crafting system. The game design is adhering to what Steven Sharif, the creative director at Intrepid, calls the 5 main pillars of design. Those are the following. Number 1 is an engaging and immersive story. Number 2, a reactive world. 3, player interaction. 4, player agency. And 5, risk versus reward. They base all their creative decisions around these main points. The story is set by the races, archetypes, roles, religions, lore, and the environment. The reactive world is dictated by the node system and the economy and markets, as well as the sieges of cities, the world events, and a whole lot more. That city that used to be there a week ago, well, it's nothing but rubble now. I hope you didn't store any materials there because you're gonna lose some after that siege. The player interaction includes guilds, guild wars, dungeons, raids, combat, affiliations, and social organizations. Player agency, or really the player experience, is done by the weapons and armor, the grind, cosmetics, mounts, mules, pets, and a whole lot more. And finally, the risk versus reward governs that everything in the game should have some comparable effort to create and an equal effort to destroy. So all of that hard work that you put in creating something won't simply be destroyed in an instant or in a blink of an eye without some comparable effort placed into doing the destroying. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. The PvE in Ashes will include some of your normal favorites, including world bosses and dungeons. The PvE system in dungeon raids is set up so the quicker you down a boss, the harder the next boss will be. The dungeon fights will evolve as your guild learns the fights. Just when you think you have that boss on lock and completely understood, bam, the next time you fight it, it unleashes some completely new mechanic on you in the raid. Pretty sweet. Now let's talk PvP. PvP has a lot to offer. There's world PvP, bounty hunting, caravans, guild wars, arena ladders, node sieges, and castle sieges. In world PvP, you can attack anyone at any time, but there are consequences via the corruption system and bounty hunters. The more you kill players, the more corrupted you become. Once your corruption level becomes great enough, you are pretty much combat ineffective and you have to grind off your corruption. Oh, and while you're working off that corruption, you're gonna have Boba Fett and the other bounty hunters coming after your ass. And by the way, while you're corrupted, you can literally drop the gear on death. So yeah, when you die, you could lose all your gear. So yeah, risk versus reward. There are real consequences to ganking lobies. But at the same time, if you really want to kill someone that screwed you over somehow, have at it. You'll just have to deal with the consequences. And let's be honest, sometimes that kill will be completely worth it. Caravans are the primary way to move goods around the different markets, and they will be the lifeblood of the economy. PvPers are going to be eyeing these as easy targets to make some loot, so be sure to keep a crew together to protect your caravan. Guild wars and castle sieges will also be PvP hotspots. There are only 5 castles in the world, and these will be owned by the strongest guilds. But spies and corruption will be a real factor in this game. Guilds will rise and fall from glory. All in all, if you're a PvPer, this is your game. Guys, I am super excited for this game, and I've only touched the surface of the mechanics in this game. I am going to be putting out more videos that will take deeper dives into each of these areas soon. I may just switch this channel over 100% to this game. Let me know if that's what you want to see by hitting that like and that subscribe button. This game has brought my MMO dreams back to life, and I am super excited, and I hope that you are too. Leave a comment on your thoughts of this game. Is the hype real? This is Madness, signing off for now.